business building diva, who is the CEO Speaks. I am an entrepreneur of 15 years, and I have been successful in running, managing, and operating 3 businesses. I am an introvert by trade, by design. I don't like to be in large crowds. I typically don't like to do a whole lot of nothing. I work, I raise my children, and I go home. Why do I say moving from rags to riches? I grew up poor. My dad was a drug addict. My mom was what I would consider an alcoholic. She wouldn't have said that, but I grew up on welfare, food stamps, and the whole nine. So my life wasn't designed for me to be who I am today. And because of it, I consider myself moving from rags to riches. I live a very abundant life. I'm not rich, but I have everything that I need. My children don't want for anything, and I can do what I want when I want. I decided that I would do a series of podcasts that would help other young entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs period, move from one place to the next. I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't know what your struggles are in your journey, but I'm willing to try to help you figure them out. I have learned a lot over the years. I have learned a lot. I've bought a lot of lessons that I didn't plan to buy. I have experiences that I never thought I'd have to experience. I've been to lots of trainings, and I don't run just a regular 6-figure business. As a matter of fact, I run multiple 7-figure businesses. So I think I have a lot to share. I think that as an entrepreneur, one of my biggest concerns is all of the lessons that I had to learn. I shouldn't have had to learn the way that I had to learn them, because there's so many opportunities out here that we can benefit from that we really don't know about. Unfortunately, I am just finding out about them, and I am actually participating and utilizing them, and I want to share them with you. A lot of our hardships come from us wanting to do things our way, and of course we have to learn them, and we have to go through the battle by ourselves sometimes, because that's the best way to learn. However, we also need to understand that sometimes the road is the wheel shouldn't have to be reinvented. There's so many people out here doing what we are already doing, and have done what we've already done. And unfortunately, we hear their advice, but we typically don't take their advice. Well, I'm here to say that everybody's struggle is not going to be the same. However, it's similar. And one thing that I'm going to take away from being out here at this lovely 2,000-acre land of property for the Ed Lowe Foundation, I am here on a business retreat learning about entrepreneurship. How funny is that? Go figure. I am here because I was chosen to come with 14 other business owners, 14 what they would call second stage business owners. So we are all walking on the same journey, but on different paths. We've all in different stages of what we're doing and how we're doing them. So this weekend we are here learning from each other, taking advice from hearing and learning from their mistakes and trying to utilize them in as many ways as we possibly can. And yes, I am getting eaten up by mosquitoes. So I'm outside, and I'm not an outside girl. But I wanted to share that with you. our podcast is going to be a lifestyle podcast. I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've done as a parent, some of the things I've done as an entrepreneur, some of the things I've done as a friend, some of my travels. I mean, it's just going to be a real down-to-earth conversation. And I hope that I can get you to come and join in on that conversation. There's so many stories that I've heard this weekend that resonated with who I am and why I do what I do and why I am not an imposter. That was one of my biggest struggles in regards to me going out and jumping outside of my box and participating in different networking events, participating in different activities that required my leadership, my expertise, my whatever. I chose not to because I didn't feel like I belonged. And unfortunately, I did. I make just as much money or more than a lot of people that are in the rooms that I am usually in. I've done more. I've been in business probably as long or as, or longer than some of the people that I'm in the rooms with. I've successfully raised 4 amazing children, and I have been married to my husband over 20 plus years, and I just kind of feel like I've successfully done things that I probably shouldn't have done along the way. If I would have had to ask my neighbor or somebody that I grew up with, where would they see me as an entrepreneur? Would they have seen me as an entrepreneur? Would they have seen me being the person that I am today? The answer would probably be no. Many have told me that I wouldn't be anything. And you know what I heard last night? Is that many of the entrepreneurs that were sitting at the round table at the campfire heard the same things. We heard the same things. We lived the same lives in a sense. We have experienced some of the same issues. We've had some of the same hardships. We all look different, but we've all had the same struggles in a similar struggles. And it was really a breath of fresh air for me. Understanding and knowing that I'm not alone is the reason why I want to invite other entrepreneurs in on this podcast, and especially those that come from low income backgrounds. From many of the entrepreneurs you'll find, they had to figure it out on their own. They didn't come from money. They didn't have a lot of resources that helped them get to the point of being an entrepreneur. They didn't have a lot of support. They don't have, they just don't have money just falling out of the sky. And they had to figure it out along the way. So when you hear those stories, it validates the thoughts in your head, and it allows you to freely be able to do the things you need to do as it pertains to your entrepreneurship journey. So I want to be able to help you as an entrepreneur get to the place of understanding. So if you haven't, I want you to go and follow my Business Building Diva page on Facebook. I want you to follow me at the CEO Speaks on Instagram. And I want you to find me on YouTube, The CEO Speaks, and subscribe. Now, mind you, I don't have any videos on my YouTube channel just yet. This one may be on there. It may not be, but I am on YouTube. So go and find me. I have about 4 or 5 different videos that I will be posting at some point. But I am going to actively try to get involved with my Facebook, my Instagram, and my YouTube channel. That has also been a struggle for me. So I'm going to be intentional. That was my word for this year. I have a word for every year, and this word this year was intentional. So I am I know it's late, but I'm not going to say that I have not used the word intentional, because I have been very intentional throughout 2024. I just haven't been intentional about my social media platforms. Well, now I am being very intentional, and I want you to go out and find me on social media and follow me, especially if you are interested in how you can become a better business owner. So until then, toodaloo.